After 6 months of conflict between Israel and Hamas, the United Nations Security Council was finally able to come to a consensus and demand a ceasefire and return of the hostages. However, is the UNSC's resolution only on paper? And what does it mean for the world's highest decision-making body? We give you the details in this episode of Voice of the Global South.
Will those in favor of the draft resolution contained in document S/2024/254 please raise their hand?
After 6 months of endless conflict between Israel and Hamas, the United Nations Security Council has finally stepped in and passed a resolution on Monday calling for an immediate ceasefire between Israel and Hamas in Gaza for the duration of the Islamic holy month of Ramadan. The resolution was passed by the Security Council after 5 previous failed attempts. The United States, which had previously vetoed 3 draft resolutions demanding a ceasefire in Gaza, abstained on Monday, allowing the draft to pass. The resolution received support of 14 UNSC members, including 4 permanent members.
We appreciated the willingness of members of this council to take some of our edits and improve on this resolution. Still, certain key edits were ignored, including our request to add a condemnation of Hamas. And we did not agree with everything in the resolution. For that reason, we were unfortunately not able to vote yes.
The resolution, proposed by the Council of 10 elected members, not only demands a ceasefire but also urges the release of Israeli captives held by Hamas since October 7th. Soon after passing of the resolution, Gazans stated that the decision has given them a glimmer of hope.
I hope there is a ceasefire because we are tired and the country has been destroyed. And the best thing is for there to be a ceasefire because we really want to go to our homes. Our morale is very low and it's not just me as a citizen. It's the Palestinian people as a whole.
However, the hope remained short-lived as neither the ceasefire was implemented nor the hostages were relieved. Despite the UNSC's demand for a ceasefire, airstrikes took place in Gaza's southern city of Rafah, where more than half of Gaza's 2.3 million people are sheltering against the border fence with Egypt.
Where is the Security Council? Where are all the people? What is happening to us? We are living here in debt. Look at where our women are. Look at where our children are. Look at the little ones. Look at our children. Where should we go? Where should we go?
In Tel Aviv as well, people showed little faith in the UNSC decision in terms of the release of hostages.
Well, about the UN resolution, I feel like I don't like it. Because for me, the hostages is the most important thing. And we went for war not because we don't like the people in Gaza Strip or even the Hamas. We want these hostages back in Israel. We don't need anything from Gaza. And the UN resolution is not fulfilling my or our, if I may speak for other people, do not fulfill our wishes.
According to the UN Charter, all Security Council resolutions are legally binding under the international law. The failure in the implementation of the resolution came as another blow to the authority of the highest body of the United Nations. In a further jolt to the world body, the United States, a permanent Security Council member, downplayed the significance of the resolution, describing it as non-binding.
However, as I've said before, we fully support some of the critical objectives in this non-binding resolution, and we believe it was important for the Council to speak out and make clear that our any ceasefire must come with the release of all hostages. Indeed, as I've said before, the only path to a durable end to this conflict is the release of all hostages.
After the beginning of the Israel-Hamas conflict, it took United Nations 6 months to pass a resolution for a temporary ceasefire and call for the return of hostages. However, neither could it implement a ceasefire for 6 days nor force Hamas to return the 6 hostages, raising major questions on the relevance of the world body and highlighting the urgent need for changes in it to deal with the current and future challenges of the global south and the world.